Lopan, you gonna be easy tonight, right? Lopan's gonna be easy, peaceful. See, that's what we need, But you can't depend on Lopan. He's a liar. So, what else is going on in the building as well? Let's see, just some talk back and forth. So, Jay Fish is saying slug off. I ain't mean none of that ish earlier, bro. I literally was just trying to big up Doug till 3:44 brought it up. So we talking about some earlier stuff going on in the day. Chief is saying, what's up? Chief is even saying F the Lions, man. Hey, Chief, chill out, man. Leave my Lions alone, man. We already got enough, bad stuff going on in our lives. We don't need you, dumping on us too. So, but keep it up. Keep it up, and I'm gonna get Lopan on y'all. Don't worry about it, cause I'm gonna fall back. I digress. So, shouts out to JB Jennings is in the building too. What's up, JB? Thanks for jumping in. So we were just talking about Dean Blandino taking over, or actually leaving the NFL, and someone else having to take over for his job. So following that up, because we were just talking about the refs. Another thing the refs has been talking about is that they've been lobbying, to against excessive celebration penalties. I am all for that. All for that. Kids, get in here and give it up for that, for getting rid of, excessive celebrations. Yes. I am all for that. It's just like, all we really need is if you're taunting a player, if you're directing something towards a player, you're pointing at them, or you're doing something in front of them, or something that demeans the player. But just let these guys celebrate just a little bit. Now, it can't be too long. It can't be, the show cats and, it's all choreographed and all that stuff. So I get that. But it's just like, stop putting it in the ref's hand, because sometimes they don't even know what the player is doing. They just don't know. So they just throw the flag. So I hope this is implemented and they fall back from doing some of this stuff, because I enjoy very much players being creative, being, who they are, and entertainment. That's what we're doing. That's what the NFL is. It's an entertainment business. So entertain us. That's what we want to see, So some of them old folks, they'll be like, oh, I don't like it, but whatever, everything changes. So Jay Fish is already talking trash again. He said, me and Lopan squashed Jelani. He said he's not backing you up because I offer him a Brock Osweiler deal. Please, bruh. Lopan ain't that dumb. Not Lopan, you're not that dumb, are you? Indeed. What? Wait a minute. You are? Are you saying that you are? You saying that you're not, right? Indeed. Okay, all right. Hey, Lopan. Look, man. All right. Me and you, we got the same education now. Don't trip on me. So yeah, Lopan ain't taking that deal, man. Chief Rock is saying no fun league. Stop the bull. NFL owners. And Chief said, I am old and I love it. So, Chief, you're not old, man. You just got a high number, but you young at heart. So, exactly. It's about control. That's really what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. It's about control. They want to keep everything under wraps. So you do what we say you do. I mean, this all started back with the Cowboys when Emmitt Smith and my man Michael Irvin, they decided, when we score touchdowns, because people don't know who we are, we're going to take our helmets off. We're going to take our helmets off, do our little shimmy or whatever, and market ourselves. And what happened? Oh, you got to keep your helmets on and all that stuff. For what? Ain't nobody hitting nobody. So it is what it is. They make it more about the shield. They don't want anybody getting any separate shots. So that's what this is all about. But, hey, we'll see what happens. So tonight, again, NBA playoffs is going on, so give you an update of what's going on. We're in the fourth quarter now. Atlanta and Washington has heated up. It's a 2-point game. Atlanta is only up 84-82, and we are at the half for the OKC-Houston game. Oklahoma City is up 68-62 on that game as well. So shouts out to my man 334 Bama Boy. He is in the building as well. Appreciate you jumping in, sir. So we're going to talk about and since I just gave you an NBA score, we're going to go to the NBA and just some stuff, that enters my head. And I'm just just wondering, if maybe this is something that the NBA should think about, because what we were talking about before is just going the top 16 teams in the playoffs. So when I was thinking about this, and I was in the car because I had a little time on my hand on 285, if anybody know, in Atlanta. So had a lot of time on my hand. Teams have home court advantage. So I'm not trying to change that. But would it be an advantage at all to change how you do your home court advantage? And what I'm talking about is we are so used to whoever has the better record, they get the first two games, and then the next two is in the opposing city. What if the team with the higher seed could choose when they wanted to use their home court advantage? Maybe a team would rather go on the road first, get that out the way, and then come home. Try and steal one early, set the tempo, set the tone, maybe get into a team's head or something. I don't know. And then they come home to their team. They still have home court advantage because they'll play the next two games at home. And then they get game 5, and game 7, at home. So just a thought. Let me know what y'all think, out there. Am I tripping? Or is that something to think about? Would that be interesting, for a team where they could flip it up and play on the road first? Would that be of any advantage, to a team? So let's see. What is going on? Am I getting a call? I don't know. Maybe I am. But if that was a call, please let me know, who just hit me up, and then I'll try and connect you, because when I tried to, nothing happened. So hit me up in the chat, and then I'll try and connect you. But so just think about that. Let me know. So back to the celebration. I just want to keep people involved. The 47 Problem said, man, when we grew up, it was all about the celebrations. Even a little trash talk was okay. You're exactly right. These kids are a lot of very, very, very sensitive, when it comes to that. So, J Fish, you trying to call in? Give me a second. I'm having a little technical difficulty with the phone, so I'll try and get that up and running so you can jump on there and speak your piece. So I haven't forgot about you, sir. Don't worry about it. I got you. So this higher seed thing. So it's just something to really think about. It could be, nothing, but it could be something. I don't know. It's really something, to think about, to see if someone, will really be willing to do that. So we'll see. So since we're talking about, the NBA, for people who, if you're under a rock, the Boston Celtics are in a lot of trouble. Big time trouble. And when I say big time trouble, I mean they're down 0-2 trouble. Now, if anyone has heard, and I said this, so don't think I'm just jumping on the bandwagon, I still got this series going 7 games. I had the Bulls winning the series going 7 games. I did not foresee that they would take out the first 2 games in Boston. And watching those games, I've seen, why. Boston has no rebounding, and when they're cold from shooting, they're in trouble. And they cannot stop guys who are role players. And I'm just going to tell you, the first game, it was Bobby Portis. This brother obviously is a role player, but somehow, some way, he gets 19 points in game 1. So it's like, now we got to stop this brother. We can't let him score again. So game 2, he scores 3. So mission accomplished. No, mission not accomplished. Mirotic and this kid Zipser, both of them had 4 and 6, which is combined a total of 10 in a game 1. They both dropped 13 and 16. So now Chicago is getting points and buckets from all over the place. Isaiah Thomas, we're not going to hold him responsible at all, especially for what he's going through. But also, the man is still balling. He's still showing up. So you can't blame him. Who do you blame? I don't know if you blame anyone. You can't just point it. But I will say, where was Al Horford last night? because you cannot, I don't care. You cannot be brought in to a team, and what you mean to that team is, we need you in the playoff. This is why we got you, so we make this push. And then you give us 7 points. I don't know what's going on, but you cannot give us 7 points. So Al Horford's going to have to step up. Their bigs is going to have to step up. They didn't get anything from Amir Johnson. They didn't get anything from Zeller. They didn't get anything from what's the other big? Olenek. They didn't get anything. So all I'm saying is that you're gonna have to step up on your bigs. You won't out rebound Chicago because that's just not, that's not their forte. That's not their forte. So you just gonna have to do better. That's it. Just do better. Do better. 47 problems saying Al Horford is being outplayed. You're absolutely right. I mean, by guys that he should not be. This is a former, all-star. This guy has playoff experience, and you should be a consistent, force. He had 47 problems said 7 points and how many rebounds? He had 11 rebounds. So he was on the boards, but he can't do it by himself. That's why I say I don't know who you can blame, on that. I don't think it's anyone to blame. I think it's a whole team effort. Marcus Smart, he lost his cool, so you can't have that. But Boston is in trouble, and this series might be over before it even starts. So, but that's my upset pick, and right now I'm looking pretty good, on it. Potential upset was Indiana, but they blew that. From game one. And you could say game two a little bit too, because Cleveland has started slow. They do this and then they click on all cylinders. So Indiana, I'm going to be real quick about this. Indiana had their chances in game one, game two. Cleveland's going to at least get one game in Indiana, and then they're going to close it out. So I got them in 5. So there's really nothing too much to talk about, with Cleveland and Indiana. Maybe, Lance Stevenson will do something, that Paul George won't be, a little upset about. But, I mean, he is what he is. He's a guy that he gets into his emotions, and when he gets, emotional, not that he's soft or anything like that, but when he get emotional or whatever, it affects his game. So, hey, LeBron knows that, so he pushes the envelope on that, So Lance disrupts the whole system. So that's why Indiana is not going to win this series, because they are in their heads mentally and they're beating them physically. So tonight's game that's coming up is Golden State and Portland. So if you didn't hear me before, KD is not playing tonight. So they will not have his services, but it really don't matter, because I don't think Portland is going to give them enough run to endanger anything in the series. They played them last year without Steph, if I remember correctly, and they got out of the first round. So they could definitely get out of the first round. And the first game, CJ McCollum scored 41 and Damian Lillard scored 34. That's not going to happen. Those guys aren't going to score that every night. It's just not going to happen. So they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle at some point. And as long as Golden State is on fire and they keep, rolling that bench and shooting up those shots and draining them trays and all that stuff, Portland will be out of there in 5 games. I'm calling that. So if you're holding out hope, it's not going to happen, on it. So jumping back into the chat, and trust me, I'm working on this phone thing, man. It's just not working. So give me, if I fix it, I'll let you know. Then you can call in, on it. So, and Fish time, I'm going to forget everything I had to say. So I apologize, brother, but I am working on it. I am tech support. I am everything at this show. So you gotta bear with me. But, Big L has jumped in the building. This is Lopan's arch nemesis. They always beefing. He's saying, what's good? What's up, man? He said, Nostradamus, Big L, 2017 is here. So, ladies and gentlemen, everyone can breathe now. Big L's in the building. So, what else we got going on in the chat room? I know Fish said something about the 1 through 16. You said I agree with